Thank you all for coming. It's really a pleasure to be here. And I'm real excited to talk about my trip to Bangladesh, which was really a life-changing experience for me. I personally can't operate on all the children who need surgery in Bangladesh. So one of my missions was to hopefully train other doctors in some of the techniques of pediatric cataract surgery and ways of treating congenital eye blindness so many more children throughout the country can be treated. This was a technique that we have published and has become widely accepted and also has made pediatric cataract implant surgery much more of a reality. I have a little cartoon here that shows actually performing posterior capsulectomies with optic capture. But by doing this technique, we prevent them needing a second procedure and enable them to have good vision and hopefully a lifetime of good vision.
About a very exciting time in our world when we are acknowledging the youngest children. And I'm going to talk a little bit on the rights of the child, but very, very briefly because His Excellency did an excellent job covering that. And then really go into what does early childhood mean, why is it so important, and what are we doing around the globe. And I'm going to end with a surprise that's not in the overview. So stay tuned. Every child has the right. Every child has the right because it is in their best interest. It is based on an ecological perspective that the context is very important. The context from the most proximal to the most distal is very important for children's development. So why is it important? Why is there a buzz now in early childhood? Why is everyone talking about it? For a couple of reasons. The first is we are realizing that it is prenatal and early development that is most crucial. The brain architecture is such that we develop higher capacities based on earlier development.
It's really my pleasure to be here. I mean, I'm really honored to be part of such a worthy cause and to be able to share the entire day with you. So the missions in general exchange ideas and innovations for the development of Bangladesh in the next decade, it's a very umbrella kind of a view. But as we go along with time, with years, things will be more and more focused. And identify Bangladesh's role and potentially developing global village.
I'm humbled to be among a group of people who are so committed to the work as important as the protection of child rights. Thank you for your commitment to seeing that children everywhere have the basic human rights, the right to survival, to develop to the fullest, to protection from harmful influences, abuse and exploitation, and to participate fully in family, cultural, and social life. Through your work, you are changing lives every single day. And the world is a better place because of your efforts, both individually and collectively as an organization.
Rural village in southern Bangladesh called Shala, where with the help of DCI's project manager, Rajan, we completed 50 child hygiene surveys and 50 social network surveys. So the animal defecates on the road, and then the rainwater comes, it kind of washes into this pond, and then they're using this water to wash and to wash their plates. This puts them at high risk for water-related illnesses like typhoid and diarrhea, which is a major problem in Shala. And these are the Sunshine sponsorship children, and tube well water is the cleanest water available in Shala. And the Sunshine sponsored children have the highest use of tube well water when compared to the other children in the village. Clean water is definitely a disease-fighting tool kind of before you even get a disease. So that becomes extremely important.
Whatever necessary and whatever possible to do for that child so that child stay healthy and child can stay in school. How we do this? Let me explain. It has 5 components. Of course, the child needs education, child needs healthcare, and the child, while the child is going to school, will also need improvement, or the school must have to have a system where 50 children, 100 children forming a team for DCI club or team, and they are sponsoring one children. and they buy a piggy bank and they save 5 cents and 10 cents per month. So that does not cost anything, but it is very important to us to involve this young generation, because of course we want to help these children, and at the same time we want this American generation to become leader, to figure future empathetic leader and take the lead.
We are raising kids in the United States in a very child-centered culture. We think and worry about them. We put them as the foremost concern that we have as parents. And it's interesting to see how stark the contrast is. We see these pictures of kids who are starving and right on the brink of poverty. The issue is, are they getting meals? And instead, in America, parents spend their days thinking about how much do I care about organics? How much do I care about nutrition? Are kids getting enough fruit and vegetables? And the contrast of those concerns, what's for dinner? How do I get dinner on the table? To do we have food to eat? This kind of, the famous psychologist Maslow said that if you couldn't get food, shelter, and water, you can never go and self-actualize and higher thinking, because you're always in the land of the basics. You're trying to just get by.